says in the scriptures that people need to believe the good news. But how can they believe unless someone tells them? And how can someone tell them unless someone is sent? Welcome to Mission Alive again. This is Roger from the MSC Mission Office. So missionaries were sent. And in our case, with the missionaries of the Sacred Heart, the first place they were sent to was Melanesia, the Vicariate of Melanesia. This involved boats. They had to make a booking on a boat and catch the boat and go. And some of that wasn't easy also because they left from Barcelona in Spain and there was politics involved, so they had to go under false names. They needed money for the fare, for ongoing expenses as they travelled, for accommodation, for supplies, etc. And this was often done through a bank credit, promissory note or whatever it was called at the time. So they could go to a bank somewhere else in the world, show them the note and get money. So it was not easy being sent and not easy going. Then there are all kinds of stories in between that. So the MSC party set photos of Father Navarre, Father Duran, when he was a younger man to when he was an older man. He was a strong character, from a determined Father Duran's nephew, and decisive character. They travelled, which they got caught was good for the mission, Southeast Asia, and he became really the now Indonesia, trying to get through to Sydney. They went to Manila, they went to Surabaya, they went to Jakarta, they went to which was then called Batavia, and eventually they got through to Sydney. And in that, Father Duran got sick. He wanted to take the whole team home. Father Navarre said, no, we go ahead. So Father Duran went back, and eventually Father Navarre was given the leadership and he continued on. So, and on the way from Batavia through to Sydney, they had a look at Thursday Island because, as I might have mentioned before, Father John Carney, who had become Bishop of Rockhampton, had explored the area with the idea of starting a mission in New Guinea, and he said to start at Thursday Island, make a base on Thursday Island. So Navarre and his team looked at that on the way through. They also dropped in and visited Bishop Carney, and then eventually got to Sydney, where they were welcome. And I think, as I've said before, they took up the parish of Botany and then Renwick, and they created a base here from where they could go back and establish a beginning. And Navarre and his team had also read the history and knew what was happening. So there was this colony of New France, started by this Marquis de Ray, a con man in France, and they went there and it was a complete failure. Father Lanuzel, who had been a chaplain to that expedition of going to New France, had moved over to what is now the Rabaul area on the Gazelle, and Father Navarre went there, and eventually Lanuzel said, all right, you take over here, you have the mandate from Rome, I will go. And he went to New Zealand eventually. So Navarre started over there at Rabaul, and then he came around and he went from Thursday Island across to Yule Island and began there. And in all of that, there is obviously the need for transport, in this case boats. And within there too, there are many other stories we could tell. It was Father Verrius, Henry Verrius, who sailed from Yule Island across the other way around, from Thursday Island across to Yule Island, and began there. And then with all of that too, there was a need for food supplies, all the things needed to live on. And this is all part of our ongoing story as the mission developed, as the mission expanded into all those areas. Fascinating history. If you wanted to read more, you could get our book, The Mustard Seed, from French Mission to Papuan Church. You can get that through our website. So then the mission was very alive, many things happening, very difficult circumstances, and yet the mission went ahead and thrived. And even now today, the mission is alive. Thank you for being with us.